Hi friends, in today's video tutorial, we would study how to prepare this geometry in AutoCAD. But before we start the drafting, let us spend some time in analyzing this geometry and trying to see how we'll proceed with the drafting. We'll first begin by using the centerline command and we'll draw one vertical center line and one horizontal center line. Then we'll draw one rectangle which is of 19 units by 84 units. And we'll move it using the center point over here to the center of this intersection of the two center lines. Then we'll offset this center line upwards to a distance of 16 units and offset this center line upwards to a distance of 18 units. Then we'll offset this center line to the right 3 units and to the left 3 units. Then we'll offset this center line to the right half of 23 and to the left half of 23. And again we'll offset this line to the left half of 45 and to the right half of 45. Then using this intersection as the center point, we'll draw a circle of 7 dia and a circle of 8 radius. Then we'll draw one tangential line from the point which is tangential to this circle and extending to any approximate length. And then in the same way, over here, we'll draw one circle of 6 dia. Then we'll draw one tangential line from here extending upwards to a distance of 18 units. And same way over here. Then we'll draw one line extending from here and up to here of any length. Then we'll draw one line from here intersecting this line. Then we'll fillet this at a radius of 2 units. Same way, we'll fillet this at a radius of 3 units. Then we'll mirror this entire entity to the right and our geometry would be complete. So let me show you how we'll proceed with this drafting. So I'll begin one new drawing by clicking on this plus icon over here. So now we have two windows. In one window, our drawing is present called as EX59. And remember, the link for downloading this file I'll be giving in the description of this video. And in the second window is the new drawing where we'll begin right from the scratch. So first thing which we'll do is we'll type units and hit enter. Let the units be decimal. Let the precision be 0.0 and let the insertion scale be millimeters. And then let's click on OK. Now we have to decide the limits for this drawing board. So if you see over here, the maximum height is 53 and this width is 84. So we'll create a drawing board of approximately 100 by 100 units. So we'll come to our drawing 2, and here we'll type a command limits. Let the lower limits be 0, 0 and we'll change the upper limits to 100, 100 and hit enter. Then we'll type zoom and all to zoom to the full length of our drawing board. This is our drawing board. Now we'll begin by typing the centerline command. So we'll type XL for center line and it's asking us you want a horizontal or vertical. So let's first select vertical and you can click anywhere on the drawing board. Then we'll press escape to end the X-line command. Again we'll type X-line and this time we'll select horizontal and we'll click anywhere to make the horizontal center line. Then we'll press escape to end the command. Then we'll change both these lines. So we click on home, we select both the lines and then we click on properties and change the color of these to red and change the line type. Now line type we want a center. So you can, if you don't see the center line type, click on other and over here select load. In load, scroll till you see center, select center, click on OK and again click on OK. Now ensure that both the lines are selected, properties, and here select center line. Now the line type is selected as center. However, if the dashes are not visible, then you can type the command LT scale, line type scale factor, and currently it is 1. Let's make it to 0.5 and see if any changes. Nothing, so let's change it to 5. Again LT scale and 10. Okay, so 5 seems to be proper, so we keep the line type scale factor to 5. So our two center lines are ready. Next we'll begin by drawing this rectangle, which is of 19 units by 84 units. So we come back to our drawing board, and anywhere in our drawing board we use the rectangle command. Remember, it's 19 by 84. So we use the rectangle command, and anywhere on our drawing board we type 84 and here we type 19 and hit enter. So our rectangle is ready of 84 by 19. Now we have to move this to the center. So select the rectangle, use the move command and turn the snap on to midpoint and click on the midpoint of this and bring it to the midpoint of this center line. If it's taking it that way, then what you do is select intersection of this. So we got the rectangle. And what we'll do, we'll parallelly start creating the dimensions as well. So we'll make a layer properties, and in layer properties we'll make a new layer. We'll call it the dimension layer and change the color of that layer to a bright yellow and select OK. And then let's make that layer as the current layer and close this. Now we'll just do the vertical dimensioning and check whether our dimensions are proper. So see, the dimensions are not visible, they are too tiny. So click on annotation, click on dimension style, click on modify, and overall scale make it to 8 and select close. So that's too huge, so let's make it to 5, modify, and overall scale will make it to 5, and primary units, let it be decimal, we'll just make it to 0, no decimal point. OK and close. So 5 is a bit tiny, let's make it to 7. Click on text, click on fit and make this to 7 and select OK and close. So that's appropriate. So we got a height of 19 and we want width of 84. So let's check that dimension also. So from here to here, this distance should be 84. So this is done. Let's move back to our 0 layer. This is where we do the drafting. So our first rectangle is ready. So our first rectangle is ready. Let's move over here. Next we'll chamfer this edges to 6 units. So we'll come back to our drawing and we'll type the chamfer command CH A and press enter, and then we'll give the distance as 6 units vertical and 6 units horizontal, and then click here and click here, and again chamfer, click here and click here. You don't want these extra lines, so you can trim them. TR for trim. Select this and this and this and this and press enter. So if your lower dimension is lost because of the trimming, don't worry, erase this dimension. Just check whether it looks same like our drawing. Yes. Now come back to your drawing and make the layer to dimension and linear dimensioning from here to here 84. It's gone on the top, so you can just bring it down. Turn the ortho on 84. If it gets snapped like this, turn the snapping off, then click here and then bring it down over here. Okay, press escape. So this much part is complete. We'll erase this and we have to do this dimensioning as well. So linear dimensioning, select snap on from here to here. This distance is 6 units, and again linear dimensioning from here to here. This distance is also 6 units. We can move this a bit down to turn the snap off and move this a bit down. So this is ready. So chamfered at 6 by 6, 6 by 6, and this is 84, and linear dimensioning over here. So linear dimensioning, snap on here to here 19 units. So this part is now complete. Now we'll offset this center line upward to a distance of 16 units. So we come here and we type offset. We give distance as 16. Select the line to offset and side to offset. Press enter to end offset command. So our first offset line at 16 units is done. Now we'll offset this line at 18 units. So again, O for offset distance 18. Select the line to offset and side to offset. Hit enter to end the command. So we have offsetted first line and second line. Now from here we have to draw a circle of 6 dia. From the intersection of the first line we have to draw a circle of 6 dia. So we come over here and from here we will select circle, center diameter, and ensure intersection is selected, and then come here and give the diameter as 6 units. Ensure that all your drafting is in the layer 0 and not in the dimension layer. Also ensure that you are in the layer 0. Now that we have drawn the circle of 6 dia, we have to offset this line 3 units, this line 3 units. So we come back and we say O for offset distance 3 units, select the line to offset and side to offset, line to offset and side to offset. Hit enter. Then we'll draw one line which would be quadrantial to this circle and at the intersection of this. Hit enter. Again line which would be quadrantial to this circle and up to here. Hit enter. Now we don't need this middle portion. See here, we don't have this portion. So we can trim that part. TR for trim, and you no longer need this part and this part. So this is also done. Press escape to end the trim command. Now we have to offset this line to half of 23. So you can press Ctrl and 8 to invoke the calculator. And here you can type 23 divided by 2 equals to 11.5. So here you can come here and you can type the command offset distance 11.5. Select the line to offset, side to offset, line to offset and side to offset. Press enter. So we have offsetted the first line at 11.5, 11.5. Then we have to offset this to half of 45. So we come here again, here we type 45 divided by 2, it is 22.5. So O for offset 22.5. Select the line to offset and side to offset, line to offset and side to offset and hit enter. Now we can close the calculator. Now we have to draw this circle which is of 7 dia. So from here, so circle center diameter, and from here we'll draw a circle of 7 dia. Then we have to draw a circle of 8 radius. So circle center radius, this point radius is 8, hit enter. Now we have to draw this line and this line. So we select line command and quadrantial to this up to any length so that we get an intersecting point. Press enter. And again line intersection of this up to here and from here up to here. Press enter and you can trim the unwanted lines. So we no longer need this. Press enter. Now we have to fillet this at a radius of 2. So we will type fillet and we'll give the radius as 2 units and click on this line, and we get it filleted. And you can trim the unwanted lines to get rid of the filleted extra parts. Now we have to draw this line. So we'll draw one line which is tangential to this circle and extending up to here. So we say line and we'll say tangential to this circle and extending up to here. And we'll press enter. Okay. Then we have to fillet this at a radius of 3 units. Okay, so this part we have to fillet it at a radius of 3 units. So we type F for fillet, R for radius, we give the radius as 3 units. Now here there is a trim option, so ensure that in trim, no trim is selected. and then click on the first line and the second line. So it will fillet it. At the same time, it will retain these two lines. Now we no longer need this circle. As you can see here, this portion is not there. So we'll trim that portion. So we type TR for trim, and we trim the portion of the circle which is not needed. Now here you can see that this line is of the center line type. Okay, and this is also of the center line type. But if you see over here, this is one continuous line. So if you change this to center line, then it will change this entire line to center. So what we'll do, we'll use the break command. So we'll type the command break and hit enter. Now it asks us to select the object. We select this object, specify the first point, F for first point. We select this, second point is this. It breaks that line. Same way we'll break this line also. So again we type the command break. Select the object to break is this, F for first point, and we specify over here and second point over here. Next we'll draw one line from intersection of this to intersection of this. Ensure that the line is in the layer 0, and also ensure that your layer number 0 is the active layer. One more line will draw from end of this to intersection of this. Press enter. Now these two are separate lines. So we can select these two lines and we can go into properties and change their color to red, and we can also change their line types. Ensure that the proper line is selected. This is the first line and this is the second line. Okay, and the line type for this should be center. So that is also done. Now we have to mirror this object to the right. So we select mirror command and select the objects to mirror. So we draw a window and select the objects like this. Okay, and we select this also and we press enter. Specify the first point of mirror line, second point of mirror line. Erase old objects, no. Now the objects are mirrored, but if you'll see there is one underlining line beneath it. So we no longer need that line. So we'll again type the command as break and select the object to break as this. F for first point we select here and second point we select here. So that line is erased. Now we are left only with dimensioning. So first we'll do the dimensioning over here. So we select linear dimensioning and our first point of dimension, second point, and over here 16 units. You have to go on parallelly checking with your original. Now 18. So ensure that while you're doing dimensioning, it should go in the dimension layer, and also ensure that your dimension layer is the active layer. Again linear dimensioning from here to here, 18 units, and check it with this 18 units. And now the final dimensioning. So again linear dimensioning from here to here, 53 units. Check over here, it is 53. Now we do this and this dimensioning. So we'll first select diametric dimensioning for this, then radius dimensioning for this, again radius dimensioning for this. Next we have to do this dimensioning and the radius. So again linear dimensioning from here to here. Ensure your snap is off. Again linear dimensioning from, now you can turn the snap on from here to here, and again linear dimensioning from here to here. You can move it up also. Select it, turn the snap off and move it up. Press escape. Then we have to give radius dimensioning. Select this and radius. So this is also done, 6, 23, 45 and 2 radius. Now the central dimensioning is left 23 units. So again linear dimensioning from, turn the snap on from here to here. It is 23 units. If it goes on the top, you can bring it down, turn the snap off and bring it down here, 23 units, escape. So that is also done. This chamfer is also done, and our entire geometry is now complete. So friends, in this tutorial we have seen how to make this geometry in AutoCAD. Hope you have learned something new. Remember, the link for downloading this file is given in the description of this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you again in the next video. Till that time, goodbye.